Good morning, you guys. If you have a foam roller, we're going to start with some nice rolling as far as extending the body and creating some space in that posterior chain. So if you think about the back part of your body, so we're trying to create some space there along the back and the hamstrings and glutes. So what I want you to do first is take a nice deep breath in, and it's fine. You can use a ball, you can use just your arms. Take a nice deep breath in. You're going to exhale, open, and follow it back up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. So a few more times, you guys think about pressing through the heels, creating some nice space there in that back part of your body. One more time, really extend and reach as far as you can. And then go ahead from here and glide it down and extend it away. Inhale and exhale. Again, reach and extend, you guys. A few more times. Inhale and exhale. One more now. And settle. Now we're just going to add some rotations. Again, you don't have to have the roller. You can also use a ball. You can just use your arms. So what I want you to do, if you have a roller, is push in the direction that you're rotating to and resist it with that opposite arm. Exhale, inhale. So no tension in your neck, but really rotating through your scapula, creating that nice space and strength there around your spine. Exhale, rotate. 3 more, you guys. 1 and 2. One more time, both sides. Now just to that right side, relax your shoulders back. And exhale, 1, 2, and 3. Wrap it around. 4 and 5. Exhale, 6 and 7. Really resist it. 8. 2 more, you guys. 9. 1 more. Now switch it right here. Exhale, 1 and 2. Tuck it. And 3. Exhale for 4, 5, and 6. Keep that core nice and tight. 7, 8. Last 2. 9 and 10. Very nice, you guys. If you have a roller, you can use it for this. If not, you can also just externally rotate your leg. So from here, create that nice space by exhaling and opening up that left leg. Exhale and open. Now you're drawing that circle as big and as high as works for you. And you're exhaling during the crescent. So as you really open and lift, exhale. That helps you keep that core nice and tight to protect your back. 1 more. Now same leg, let's just internal. Exhale through. 1. Increasing that range of motion in your hip flexors will serve you in so many ways, you guys. Think about how often we use those hips on a daily basis. Want to really keep them nice and supple and open. Just 3 more. Exhale. 2, 1 more, you guys, and 1. I'm going to stretch that out for a moment. Push those hips back and just lengthen that spine. You can use a window here. You can use your countertop. Take a great big breath in. Nice surface where you can really reach those hands. Bend your knees and then tuck your pelvis. So I want you to exaggerate that round in your back. Feel that nice stretch in your low back, and then straighten and lengthen. Awesome. Now we're just going to switch to the other leg, you guys. Big breath in, exhale, open. 1 and 2, 3, 4. You can modify this, make it smaller or bigger, whatever works best for you. Exhale as you open. 4, 3, and 2, one more time, you guys, and 1. Now we're just gonna draw that leg in. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. Try to cross the center line of your body here if you can. 6, 7, and 8. 2 more times, you guys. 9, and 10. One more time. Let's create that nice big space there. In the hamstrings, pushing through your hips and your fingertips and lengthening that upper body. Soften. Tuck your pelvis. Now also, you can take your hands here and come into that cat-cow. You don't have a roller. This is the same movement, just using your hands instead. And roll that back up. So now as we create that space a little different here, coming front to back, all I want you to do is inhale forward as I rotate back. Naturally, my foot externally rotates here. You don't have to keep that hip square, just let it flow. And 1, 2, and 3. Nice and tall here. And 5, inhale. 6, 7. Hold on to something to really be able to access and create that space here. It can really help with the balance. 1 more. Relax it. Just the other side, you guys. Inhale, exhale. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Inhale, exhale. Nice and tall. 3 more. 1, 2, 1 more. And rest it again, you guys. Fantastic job. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna come on down. Now, if you want to be able to stretch out your back, you can add some of these movements. You can lie over a pillow, you can lie over a Bosu ball or a regular ball as well. But really nothing beats as far as breaking up the fascia, a foam roller. So something worth thinking about investing in. They're not very expensive. You can actually find them at Target, but you can get them online a lot cheaper. So from here, just gonna take it right in the middle of my back. Take my hands and support my head. If you have long hair, you wanna make sure that your hair does not roll on top of this, because then your neck is gonna get stuck and it's not fun. So take a deep breath in here. Relax your head and your hands. Squeeze and lift up your hips. And this is my favorite little trick here for a little massage of the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Nice big breath in and out, you guys. Now all we're gonna do is just rainbow. So I'm just gonna rotate from one side to the other. Now you can use a little tennis ball here, you guys, to get into those little tiny nook and crannies. Just a little bit different, but try roll it over a ball. Some of that tension and stress, and you'll notice how nicely it breaks up the fascia and that tension that we've created by working out, by everyday stress, by leaning forward over our phone, laptop, that kind of stuff. Nice deep breath in, just a few more times, you guys. And let that go. And then just a nice little opening. So big breath in. If you have a yoga ball, you can always come over the top of that. Keep that neck supported. Take a nice inhale and a great big exhale. And then from here, just open up the arms, create that nice space through the shoulders. Keep that neck in neutral. And then from here, we're gonna roll that right back up, nice and tall. All right, so what we're gonna start with, you guys, imagine here that this is a little bit of a bench. It's a great way to be able to open up here and create that space in your shoulders if you lie on top of the roller. If you don't have a roller, don't worry about it. You do it from the floor. We're gonna use, you guys, some weights here, and we're gonna do a few little weight moves. Now, lying on top of the roller can be a lot, so if you prefer to place your mat or a blanket over the top, you're welcome to do that. This is a great way though to really create that space in your shoulders. All right, so as I lie on the roller, I want to make sure that my entire body is supported. So right from that low back, I'm gonna make sure here, generally I've got 6'3" people and they can fit, so we shouldn't have a problem here. What I want you guys to do though is pull that belly button in and make sure that you are eliminating that space underneath your low back. We all have that curvature. So from here, whether you're on the floor or whether you're on the roller, I want you to imprint your spine and pull that belly button in nice and tight. So the first thing we're going to start with, just the arms open here, and we're going to alternate, bringing them up and over. 1. Exhale for 2. Now reach and extend, take that nice big breath in. Again, the low back stays connected. Just creating some space here in the rotator cuff and the shoulders. 3 more, 1 and 2, 3. Now from here, I can just open up and spread my wings. Relax my shoulder blades around the roller. Okay, so it's a nice way, you guys, to really create that space from that internal rotation where we're always rotated in to really create that nice external opening in the back. Okay, so from here, you guys, we're going to use our weights. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to hug a beach ball. So I want you to imagine here that you have a nice big beach ball and you're going to hug, and you can use some weights. So you could use 3s, 5s. It's really up to you. So hopefully you have your weights close by you, so you don't have to get up and over now. All right, so that low back is right into the floor, you guys. I don't have very heavy weights. Generally by Saturday, I don't really use them. So if you have heavier weights and you're comfortable with them, please use them. So I want you to open up here with the elbows on the floor. Your wrist stays strong and straight. I don't want you to round it in or out, so try to be mindful of that. Take a nice deep breath in, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then hug that beach ball. 1. Now exhale 2. What about that low back? Let's imprint 3. If you're on the floor here, you could also, and same with the roller, is you could come up into a bridge if you want to do a little bit of a compound where you're using your glutes as well. Or you can just focus on imprinting that spine. Inhale and exhale. Always think about this. Weights up, buns up, weights down, buns down. So 4 more, you guys. No tension in your neck. 3, hug that beach ball. And 2. Now 1 more time. And relax. Take a nice deep breath in. I'm just going to allow those arms to settle down. Now with my weights, I'm going to repeat that movement that I started with. So from here, I'm going to line it up so that the wrists are strong and straight. And then I'm just going to alternate and draw one arm up and the other one by my hip. Now I don't want the weight to be too heavy that I feel like I have to compromise my neck. So keeping that low back down, inhale and exhale. Your palms are facing in so your wrists are in neutral and there's no extra tension there. So just a few more. Think about that low back, keeping it imprinted, you guys. Inhale and exhale. Just 3 more. 1 and switch. And 2 and switch. 1 more time now. 3 and rest it. A little bit of an ab move here in the middle. If you're from the floor, no worries. You just do the movement from the floor. I'm going to take my left hand, support my neck and my head with my hand, and then all I'm going to do here is rotate through my left shoulder towards the right knee. I don't want to come in here by rotating through my elbow because then I'm compromising my neck. So rotate, keeping that shoulder nice and open, and exhale, rotate. So 3, exhale for 4. Now the head is completely supported with the hand, and you exhale during that motion where it's the hardest. So with the knee in, I focus on that exhale, and what that does is it keeps that core nice and strong to protect the back. So exhale during the exertion of any exercise and really engage that core. 2 more. 1 and 2. take a quick little break here. Nice inhale. So for the minis, we're going to be very mindful of keeping that neck supported. And then just pulse here. You can just pulse the leg and you can access the oblique here. You can also add a little pulse with the upper body, but I don't want you to yank on your neck. So pulse, 5, 6, and 7. And relax it. Let that go, you guys. If you want to, you can lengthen your legs and open up your arms, let that natural curvature of your spine for a moment, just relax. Now from here, you can also create that nice angel movement. So you can draw those hands out and up and really create that nice big stretch in your back. Again, this feels a little different having the roller because I can really open up here and squeeze the shoulder blades together, where you can do the same thing on the mat or a yoga ball. Now, all we're going to do is just switch to the other side, you guys. So I'm going to take from here those knees, bend, imprint, press that low back down, and then just draw that right hand supporting my head with the thumb around the neck and the hand around the back of the head. I'm going to rotate that left palm and lengthen the left leg. Now rotating through my shoulder, not the elbow. Exhale, so pull that in. 1, 2, 3. If it's too much to extend your leg, you tap your toe. 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't yank on that neck. 9. And 10. Give it a quick little rest here, you guys. Remember for those minis, keep it nice and controlled and really focus on the oblique and pulse. 1, and 2, and 3, for 4. Imprint your spine, nice deep breath in, rotate through the shoulder, and pulse, exhale as it comes in. So 3, and relax it again, you guys. Let it go. I'm going to come back to that snow angel here. Inhaling, open, and exhaling as I close. Just one more time. Up and over. Very good, you guys. So let's go ahead next here and come back to those arms. This time, I would go a little bit heavier. So if you have 5s or 8s, from here, we're going to come from the hip and come directly up to the ceiling. I want to avoid coming into my shoulders. I want to try to keep the movement here. That way I'm working more of the bicep than anything else, okay? So from here, I've got my 5-pound weights. You could also use 8s here. I want you to imprint that spine, pull the belly button in, and just take those rests. Nice, strong, and straight right into your hip. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. Push through the bicep. And release back down. Exhale, push. 1. No tension to that neck, you guys. You can make the weight heavier by squeezing it. So you can really access that isolation. Even if you don't have a heavy weight, just be very mindful of what you're doing and squeeze the weight through that range of motion. Then you're going to really feel yourself accessing that biceps. Keep that low back down. Exhale it up. Just 4 more, you guys. 4. Remember, it's not to the shoulders, it's right to the hip and back, to the sky. 3 more. 1, 2. Now we're going to go right into minis. If you need a break, you're going to take it. All I'm going to do is come halfway down 90 degrees and just pulse it up. 1, 2, 3. I can keep that squeeze here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. A quick rest all the way down. Now all I'm going to do is come halfway up, you guys. So really focus on that bicep and just come halfway up and release right back down. Exhale, 1, 2, and 3. Now stop moving with your bicep. 4, 5, 6. Keep that belly button in, you guys. Low back pinned. 8, 9. 1 more. and rest it. Very nice, you guys. Now we're gonna stretch that out, interlace the hands, reach for the sky. Naturally, that low back is gonna pin right in there. I'm gonna take that big breath in, and then extend those arms out. If you're on the floor, keep that low back pin. On the roller, keep it pinned here, you guys. Nice inhale, big exhale, and then I'm just gonna allow the wings to spread open. You can follow down if that works with the palms up one more time. Just create that space through the arms. Increase the range of motion. As we build that strength, we want to keep that flexibility, you guys. Now we're going to come back to that core. And instead of bending this time, we're going to try to keep the legs straight. So I'm going to take my right hand out, make that L with my left, support the back of the head and the neck. And then I'm going to lengthen here and take a nice deep breath in with that right leg. So I'm going to rotate again through my shoulder. If I cross here, it's going to come into my neck. So I want to keep this shoulder nice and open. And if I can, I want to work that flexibility at the same time. If it doesn't work, you can bend it if you need to. Here we go. Exhale for one. If you have the flexibility, shoot the arrows of energy out of your hamstrings here. Exhale as you lift. Now keep that low back down. And don't yank on that neck. Rest it in your hand. Exhale, 5, 6. Keep the chin up the chest, 7, 8, 9. One more time, you guys. Give it a nice little rest here. Open for a second. Rotate your neck. Look left and look right. Keeping things out of the neck is one of the best things that you can do as you go through these exercises. If you start to feel your neck hurt, think about where you are. Where's your alignment? Are you yanking? Are you tucking? And it's all about elongating and creating space. If you feel a little bit of tension, good thing to think about is keeping that head relaxed in your hand and your neck in a neutral position. Now we're just going to pulse it. So I'm going to keep this as straight as I can and just rotate through. 1 and 2. Now pressing that low back down, rotating through the oblique and exhale, lifting, you guys. 4 more. 4, 3, and 2. One more time. And let that go. Awesome work, you guys. Take a nice deep breath in. Give yourself a great big hug. I'm just going to take that right arm over the top. The stretch feels so nice. Big breath in. Give yourself a big hug. Exhale, let it go. Reach those arms back open. And now we're just going to hug with the other arm on top. Big breath in. Imagine you're giving your best friend a big hug here, you guys. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Wonderful work, and let that go. Now we're just going to come to the other side. So naturally, you might have one side of your body that is more flexible than the other. So generally, the dominant side of your body, if you're right-handed, you will have a little more muscle. So naturally, you might be a little bit tighter. So you might notice on the opposite side of the body, the flexibility is a little bit easier. So deep breath in. I'm going to lengthen. Rotate through that shoulder. Exhale for 1 and 2. Now take that low back down, you guys. 3, rotate through the shoulder, not your elbow. 5 and 6, 7, 8. Even if you need to keep it bent, 9, that's fine. And rest it. Now for those mini pulses, you guys. Take a nice inhale, support your head, neck, and shoulders, and don't draw that chin into the chest. Keep it nice and open. Pulse it. 1, 2, 3, for 4, and 5. Exhale, lift and rotate. 6 and 7. Remember, when we exhale, that low back naturally presses down, keeps that core tight. 9, 1 more. And let that go. Let from here, you guys, those arms spread open nice and wide. Relax through the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Rotate to the right. Create that nice space here along the shoulders and that neck, and then just rewind it the other way. Wonderful job, you guys. We're going to come back here now. We're going to go to the triceps. Remember, you can do the same thing from the floor. I can use one weight here. And if I do that, I'm going to take the weight here and come right to my forehead and then squeeze up. Now, generally, if you have light weights, you could use 2 weights. So from here, I'm just going to go with my 5s. Now I have a few choices. I can glue the weights together and come right to the forehead, elbow pivot point, and then squeeze through my triceps. I can also separate the arms. That way my weaker arm has to work a little bit harder because I don't have the help of the other side. Now, if I do that, I'm going to come down by the ears, take a nice deep breath in, press the low back down, and exhale, push it up. Now, if you're on the ground, you can add that bridge, exhale up, inhale down. You can also do this on the roller if it feels comfortable. If not, work on that imprint of your spine. Exhale, inhale. Now, squeeze the triceps here, you guys. Exhale, reach, whether it's 1 or 2. Your elbow is a pivot point. So really squeeze and lift. Keep that low back pressing down. Really focus here on the tricep. Can you feel it working, you guys? Focus and squeeze. 3. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 1. Now when it comes to minis, I'm going to come either down by the forehead and halfway up if I have one weight, or I'm going to come down by the ears and just pause. Now by adding that pause, I have to isometrically hold that muscle, so it just adds that next little element here to squeeze, resist, 2, 3. Really challenging that muscle by stopping midway, 5, 6, and I'm eliminating momentum. Okay, that's what really gets us as we lift weights. Trying to eliminate that momentum really allows us to use the muscle as opposed to the momentum of the body. One more. And rest, you guys. Fantastic. I'm going to relax those shoulders down, imprint my spine, and now I'm going to come from the top of the movement and halfway down. So the biggest complaint that I hear, you guys, is that when you wave, you got that waving back. So really think about the triceps, you guys. We don't naturally access the tricep during the day as much as we do the bicep. So really have to be mindful of working it. So deep breath in. I'm going to come to the ceiling. That low back is pressing down. My shoulders are relaxed. And from here, halfway, and squeeze. So not to the ears, just halfway down. 1. And halfway down, 2. If you have that one weight and you find here, halfway. 3, 4, 5. Now I can also make the weight heavier here by pushing it together. 3, 2, 1, and relax that, you guys. Go ahead from here. All I'm going to do is just tuck that right arm right behind my head and just open up there through the tricep. So I'm just relaxing the head here by creating that nice stretch and space here. Inhale, low back pressing down, belly button comes in. And then I'm just going to open up the other side. Take a nice deep breath in, keep that low back pressing. Inhale and exhale. So as we think about the pelvic floor, you guys, one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself is to build that strength. Think about here, imprinting the spine. I know that we say this a lot, but whether or not you're on the floor or the roller, you don't want to be able to push a finger underneath your low back. You really want to keep that nice and strong. And what that's going to do, that's really going to help you to build that strength in that core by eliminating that movement in that low back. Now from here, what I want you to do is if you're on the roller, you'll take your weights on either side to help you for stabilization. And you're just going to come here to a parallel with your shins. Now just that balance can be enough. So again, if it doesn't work, come from the floor. But be mindful as we do this, that low back likes to round. So I really want you to imprint and keep that core nice and tight. Now from here, all I'm going to do is alternate tapping my toes, but being very mindful that my low back does not lift at all off the floor. So exhale, 1, exhale, 2. Now you're really building that strength in that core, you guys. by pressing that low back down. Exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to switch to the heel. 1 and 2. Now something that seems like it should be very simple, as I focus on keeping that low back down, really is challenging through that range of motion here, that core. Exhale and inhale. So we're really trying to build those muscles internally here, you guys. Exhale and 3 more. Keep imprinting. Last one, both sides. Press and switch and let that go. Great work, you guys. All we're going to do from here is with those lighter weights, if you feel like you can go heavier, you're reaching to the corner here. So I'm going to keep that wrist strong and straight. I don't want to have any extra tension in it, but I'm just going to open up to the ankle without shrugging. So tuck, squeeze the shoulder blades, and resist. So work that scapula, which helps with the posture. So think about squeezing the shoulder blades together and reaching. Now keep your low back down, whether it's the floor or not, you guys. Exhale, reach it. 4 more. Don't forget about the wrist. Strong and straight. 3. Don't shrug your shoulders. 2. Now I'm going to keep it out here and just pulse it. Here we go. 1 and 2. We do the same thing from standing up. We do these movements very frequently. But remember, as we're lying down, we're removing any momentum that we could use from standing. 4 more. 4, 3. We're pinning that belly button and low back down. And let that go, you guys. Tremendous job. What we're going to do here is we're going to come off of the roller. So I'm just going to go ahead and push my weights off to one side. So that way I can move that roller over. As I just release here, I'm just going to come right back to that mat. And I'm going to take that roller right underneath my knees so that I can relax here, you guys. If you've ever had a massage, you'll notice they put a bolster underneath your knees, and that is to help you naturally to be able to relax that back. So nice deep breath in, you guys. Big breath in, reach those arms up. Nice inhale and exhale, let that go. 1 more, reach it. And let that go. Now, I like to really be able to access some great stretches and rolling out, you guys, that glute medius, which is at the top, as well as the low back. And the roller is tremendous for that. If you don't have a roller, you can still do the same movement, which is that number 4 stretch. So from here, I have my weights pushed off to the side so that I can comfortably take that low back and press down, or from here, the top of the glutes. So either way, if I feel very tight in the glutes, then I can come a little bit lower. And then as I lift here, I'm going to come to that number 4 stretch and just cross that right ankle over the left. Now, nice deep breath in. Maybe you have a towel here, you can kind of massage that low back a little bit here. But using the roller, what we're going to do here is just add that rainbow, and I'm going to rotate from one side and directly to the other. At the same time, keeping that number 4 stretch and keeping that right hip rotated away. Now I can access here my glutes. Yesterday I had a really big glute workout day, so that's the case, and I would really focus on the buns. Maybe my back is feeling sore, so I would come up a little bit higher and then rotate through that range of motion of the low back. You don't want to come so high that you're rolling out your kidneys. The big thing to think about as we are rolling is we don't want to roll out inflammation. So if I feel like I have an injury, I wouldn't sit on top of the roller on top of it and just hope for the best. I really want to increase the blood flow and not decrease it. So I'm not trying to really roll on that if I have an injury. Now from here, you guys, all I'm going to do is just switch the other side and cross that number 4 stretch. Inhale and exhale. Kind of think about it as when you get a massage. You feel that nice opening, and sometimes there are a few moments of intensity, but if anything is too much, we just avoid the area. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So think about your muscles being surrounded by a nice tight spider web. And that webbing is your fascia. So all we're trying to do here is break that up so that you increase the space in your muscle and the oxygen flow. And then come back to the center, you guys. And then I want you to hug your knees in from the floor. You can come to that happy baby pose. This makes it a little bit easier to draw those knees up and in. Give myself a nice hug without any tension or stress in my neck. Take that deep breath in. Now, if I'm on the floor and I try to do some of these movements and my back bothers me, I will take my hands and take them right underneath the low back. But now I have this to support me, so I'm going to lengthen those legs. And from here, I'm going to bend my left knee in as I extend the right. And think about a bicycle here and increase that range of motion coming in and out. Inhale and exhale. Now really increase that range of motion here, you guys. Remember, if you need to place your hands, a towel underneath your low back, you can go for it. Reach and push. Now open up through that hip flexor. All we're going to do here is rewind the movement. So I'm still going to drive the knee in as I push and extend the opposite leg. Inhale, contract, open up through the quadricep, and lengthen through that hip flexor, you guys. 4 more. 3, keep that belly button pulled in. 2, 1 more now. And reach for the sky. Now, just this stretch can be a lot. A great way to be able to open up through your hamstrings is to take your legs right up the wall to support you. So you have very tight hamstrings. You lie with your legs up the wall and just focus on letting them go. Now I'm going to open up here through that inner thigh. So I'm trying to really create that space here in the inner thigh while I simultaneously build the strength there. I like to think about the inner thighs just like I do the triceps. We don't access them naturally unless we work them. So I'm going to take a big breath in here, create that nice space. I'm going to flex my feet. Again, if I need to, my hands are underneath my low back. And I'm going to drive those heels up and then exhale and open. Now I'm leading here with my heel on the inner thigh. Open and close. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. It's very important that we work the mobility, you guys, from all directions. We all have issues and we all have injuries that prevent us from doing that. So if there's something that doesn't work for you, obviously you go with a movement that works well. So let's hear you guys another exhale, and we're going to keep that as open as we can. And all we're going to do is pulse. So I want to lead with my inner thigh, continue to build that strength and flexibility. Exhale, pulse. Contract the quadricep, lead with your heel, and feel that inner thigh firing and working as we're creating that space here at the same time. 3 and 2, 1 more, 1, and walk that back up, bend those knees in, and circle them away from each other. Inhale, and exhale. A few more times, you guys. Fantastic. Give yourself a big hug. Pull it in. Create that nice space there in that low back. Inhale. And exhale. Now, to really focus here on creating that space in the hips, if it works, then I add a circle. If it doesn't, I can work on the scissor and opening as far as works for me. I'm going to hold on to this roller, draw the legs down as low as I can. Remember, hands underneath the low back. If you don't have the roller, draw the legs all the way out, lead with the inner thigh, and then exhale back down. So inhale and exhale. Every inch here, create as much space as you can, you guys. Exhale down and inhale around. 3 more. Exhale, keep your belly button pulled in nice and tight. Create that space in your hip flexors, you guys. Open. Let's just do 1 more. You can also do those inner thigh extensions if this doesn't work. And then drive those knees back in and give yourself a great big hug. Take a nice inhale. And a nice exhale. Now all we're going to do is rewind that circle the other way, you guys. And if it doesn't work, you can push through straight forward instead. So nice inhale. Now I'm going to circle. As I inhale, I'm going to open right to that inner thigh. And then exhale, draw the heels in. Use the abdominal muscles and drive it back up. So inhale. And then exhale and sweep and lift. Pull that belly button nice and tight. Open. Increase that range of motion, you guys, in the hip flexor. And again, if it's too much, keep those hips in alignment. Inhale. Exhale. Now it's all about creating space. So I love the aspect of yoga and flexibility. The idea of creating more space to live in your body is key. Now we have a lot of chaos in the world, so if we're up nice and tight here in the body and we can't breathe, then we don't really have any way of being able to relax. So if you think about that space and creating that space, it's a great way to be able to calm the mind and the body. So go ahead from here and drive those knees in one more time and just give yourself a nice big hug. Inhale and exhale. So just to show you, as we did that tabletop, I can do the tabletop from here, you guys, and then that low back is nice and supported as opposed to lying on the roller. So many great things that you guys can do with this. Okay, so what I want you to do from here is we're going to go ahead, come off of that roller and just imprint your spine for a moment. Now take that low back and settle it down. Inhale and exhale. Now, say for instance, I have some paper plates or socks and I have a floor that I can glide on. I can do this next move using some paper plates, using a hardwood floor, and using those furniture sliders if I don't have a roller. So from here, the first thing we're gonna do is just take those heels right up on top of the roller. Now, as we think about that posterior chain of the body, the hamstrings, okay, are very important to keep that balance around the muscles. So we like to work the quads and we do that all day as we're sitting and squatting. But do we forget about this? Usually we do. Between that and the inner thigh and the triceps, we have to really work them extra hard. So I'm going to go ahead from here and take my triceps and press them right into the floor. Now take that low back and also imprint. So as I lift up my hips, I'm not letting my spine go. I'm not tilting it either. I want to keep everything in neutral. So if I really focus on keeping that core in nice and tight so that as soon as I come back down, my low back is already touching, okay? So you think about trying to keep that alignment as we do this. So I'm gonna press through the heels and access here the hamstrings and the glutes. Squeeze it up without any tension in the neck and release. So this first one, I don't need my sliders, but if you want to, and you don't have a roller, use some socks and then set yourself up there on the floor that slides. Inhale, or paper plates on a carpet works great too. So just 3 more times, you guys. Exhale, squeeze. Imprint the spine, press the belly button in, low back down. Just 2 more, really access those hamstrings. And then 1 more time, you guys. Exhale, lift. And then relax for a minute. Now, if you've ever done these extensions, you know that just a 1/2 of an inch can be enough. I don't want to see you completely extend and lose the roller away from you. So you want to keep enough control that when you come up here, you only push far enough so that you can actually drive those heels back in, okay? So this next move, I'm going to go ahead and keep those heels in. Again, if I don't have a roller and I don't have socks, I don't have a sliding floor, and I just don't feel like getting up to move, I can take my feet out a little bit wider and then lift, and then I'll be accessing more of those hamstrings. All right, so now from here, you have a choice. You can either lift and keep the roller farther away from you, or you can push and pull the roller. So you take a deep breath in, walk it in close, relax your head, neck, and shoulders, and print your spine. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, exhale, push. 1, 2, and 3. Now, right away, I feel my hamstrings firing. It doesn't take long here to feel this. 5, and 6, keep your buns tight. 7, protect your back. 8, your belly button's in. 9, one more. Take a moment, imprint that spine, nice deep breath in. Now I'm gonna roll the roller back in, and I'm just gonna go as fast as I can out and in and really fire that hamstring. If it becomes too much or comes into your low back, go back to that bridge lift. Ready? Here we go. Pulse it. 1, 2, 3, dragon pull. 4, buns tight, abs in, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice, you guys. Lengthen. Now feel that nice big stretch there. Point and flex your toe. Now there are some really great rolls here, you guys, and we were going to do those at the end to really be able to roll out the hamstrings and the quadriceps. So other side, point and flex. So not only can I build my strength here with this, but I can really roll it out and create that space at the same time. Wonderful work, you guys. Now, the butt lift. As I come from here, I could take one foot to the floor and lift the opposite leg up, and then focus on that single leg bridge. Now, if I do this using the roller, I have a little bit more space for my leg to move and more range of motion that I can work that glute. So I'm going to pull this in relatively close, take my hands down and use my triceps to press and help push me up. So again, keep your spine in neutral. Press through your left heel, and you're going to reach that right foot and squeeze your glute up nice and tight. You're accessing the hamstring as well. Here we go. Exhale, 1. Now, right away, if you're coming down, that low back should touch, you guys. 2. Exhale. And 3. So remember, we exhale the exertion so that that belly button comes in, and we're building that strength, you guys. As we are lifting and building, we want to keep that core tight to protect the back. Squeeze. Exhale as you lift. Give me 3 more. Now really dig deep. 2. Squeeze and lift. Now, little mini pulses. If you need a break, you take that leg, you open it up. Little minis right here, you guys. Here we go. Pulse and high. 1, 2. Squeeze. 4, you could use a little step stool here if you don't have a roller, just want to be able to add that lift and range of motion. 4, 3, press through the triceps. 2, and 1. Now I'm really going to open up that leg that I just worked. Here's a nice stretch right while I start working the other side, so I'm going to keep that nice and long. I can always point and flex. Now I'm going to pull it nice and close, press through those triceps and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, imprint. 4, squeeze and push. 5, you're not coming above the shoulders, so there should be no tension in your neck here. Push those triceps down into that mat and squeeze your glutes up, you guys. 4, 3, engage that core. 2, exhale on the exertion. 1 more. And let that go. Remember, you need to take a quick break, open it up. Now we have those mini pulses, you guys. Take that nice deep breath in. Ready? As high as you can. 1, 2, 3. Do not let from here that low back go. Keep your belly button pulled in. Squeeze and lift. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. 1 more time. And let that go. Wonderful work, you guys. Lengthen, create that nice space. If you want to, you can pop your hips up and really create that nice big space here in the legs as far as feels good. You can also counter punch those hamstrings out. Inhale. So this would be another way, if I don't have a roller, as we go through some of these rollers for the hamstrings and the quads, would be to pulse the muscle and use your fist to punch. Another way that you can access if you don't want to roll it out, okay? So nice deep breath in. I'm just going to hug it in. Take that nice inhale. And just one more time, I'm going to go back to that number 4 stretch before we do some of our rolling on the floor. So go ahead from here and rotate that knee out. Now, all I'm gonna do here is drive from here, my left foot down, the right knee is crossed over, and I'm gonna circle and create that space here. Inhale and exhale. Now I can create a big circle or a small circle. I can just keep with that number 4 stretch. Now I'm gonna rewind it and circle the other way. Open. So again, just being able to be on the roller just gives me more range of motion with which I can do these stretches, guys. Go ahead, one more. And you can roll out those glutes at the same time. It feels so nice, that low back. Now rotate from here, push that knee out. You're gonna open up into that circle. Now be mindful, keep that belly button pulled in. You don't wanna let that low back go here as you increase that range of motion and that blood flow through the muscles here. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Now rewind it, pull it in, open. You can always adjust the roll if you feel like you're losing it. You want to come more into your low back. Open. Just 2 more times, guys. One more. And let that go. Very nice. I'm going to come off that roller. Again, imprint my spine. So I want you guys to practice this. Pull the belly button in, take that low back down, interlace your hands, create that nice hammock. Now from here, keeping your low back down without letting it come up. I want you to exhale it up. Now, just a basic crunch here can really be activated by keeping that low back down. So pose. Exhale the exertion. Keep that belly button pulled in. Relax through the elbows. Chin off the chest. Imprint, you guys. You want to build those abs internally now. You don't want them popping out. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Now pulse it. 1 and 2. Low back down. Belly buttons in, you guys. Just by doing this, you feel a little more activation. This is trying to do a regular crunch and not thinking about where that belly button and the low back is. 2 and 1. And relax it. Try that about 50 times a day, guys. So nice deep breath in. What we're going to do is draw that roller over, roll over onto our side. And now, some really, really great stretches. Remember I told you can pulsate the muscles. If you do not have a roller, you can use a rolling pin. But using this roller here, you guys, you can also go ahead and tap out those quads. So from here, my posture is most important. I don't want to let my low back dip through this, and I also don't want to round the back. So I want to keep, like I'm in a plank position here, keeping that neck in neutral, squeezing the glutes. From here, I'm just going to roll front to back. Now, maybe it's very intense, so I keep my feet on the floor and adjust how much pressure I'm putting on the quads. I can also bend at my knee, inhale, and exhale. So you can either bend your knee or straighten your leg, and you decide which one feels best. Remember, we're trying to increase the blood flow. I'm not trying to roll out injuries. I'm not trying to roll out inflammation. So from here, if anything is too much, I just avoid it. Go back to that pounding the muscle with your fists. Now I'm just going to rotate here to my inner thigh. So all I'm going to do is bend my knees and take from here the toes out. Now I'm going to be rolling out more of the inner thigh. I don't want to let my low back dip down. I'm going to keep my core nice and tight. I can also, that's too easy, lengthen the legs, and this gets to be pretty intense. If you contract and squeeze your muscles, you're not going to let as much or as deep that stretch to go. So try contracting and then try relaxing and see if you feel a difference, and you should. Big breath in if it doesn't work. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you've ever had any kind of IT hip injury, I'm sure that your physical therapist has probably suggested for you to use a roller. So coming from here and just sitting off to the side with both of your knees over to that right side. Now from here, I can come into a plank position with my elbow underneath. Now I can also use my top leg to help me to prevent putting too much pressure down. As I roll, I'm going to come from here and try to keep that hip back. Again, if I contract here my quad, I'm not going to let as much. I can also really allow from here, tabletop those legs and roll back and forth. And that can really be a lot. So if it's too much, just use your top leg to take some of that pressure off. Make sure that your neck is in neutral, your belly button's pulled in tight. Inhale and exhale. You can come up as high, you can come up as low, depending on where you feel that tension and that stress in your body. Okay, so now from here, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly switch to the other side and then come to that other side, IT band. So from here, both of my knees over to that left side. I'm going to come out here into that plank position, lengthen. I can bend my top leg. I can be nice and high here. Maybe this feels like it needs to be rolled out. You can also move and adjust your body. So just by rotating in half of an inch forward, I'm going to access the edge of that quadricep, and that can really be a great way to stretch that out. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Remember, we're not trying to, if it's too much and I feel like it's too painful, I'm not trying to stay there. I can always access around the muscle, but I don't want to roll out inflammation and cause more injury there. That would just cause more inflammation and more pain. All right, so very good, you guys. Now as we come here to one more tricep move for my stomach. I can from here, if I prefer, and I just have some weights, I'll go for some tricep extensions. I'm just gonna come over the top here, you guys, and we're gonna use the roller to really access those triceps. All right, so I'm gonna come down from here. Be very mindful that the abdominal muscles are very much engaged as well as the glutes. So I'm going to take my arms over the top here, just at the elbow, and allow the head to come right into a neutral with the ears through the arms. So I want to access here and engage my glutes by pulling that belly button in, pressing the pelvic floor down and squeezing the glutes. So I'm going to take a nice inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to lift and then drive the elbows in using the triceps. I don't want to compress my low back, so keep that, engage that glute nice and tight and keep your neck nice and long. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can always come to an upward facing dog using your palms. Inhale, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, 3 more. Pull with your tricep. 2. 1 more. Let it go for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Now I'm going to come up a little bit higher because I want to here to really pulse and really just be able to move this while keeping my upper body nice and tall. So I'm going to squeeze the glutes, inhale. As I exhale, lift and pulse. 1, 2, keep your neck in neutral. 3, squeeze your buns, work your triceps. You got your low back activated. So 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and let that go here, you guys. Rest from here. Take a nice inhale. Nice exhale. Very nice. I'm going to push up here, upward facing dog. Roll that neck out. Okay, last quick stretch here, you guys. Open. Now you can use the roller to get into your happy baby here. Your nice deep breath, and you're going to inhale, child's pose, exhale, and extend. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more thing here, you guys, to really be able to get into those buns. All right, so from here, again, you're going to have a seat on top of that roller and just rotate to your side. And all you're going to do here is you keep your knees bent and just start to roll out the parts of the glutes that feels tight. So you inhale and exhale. You can also come to that number 4 stretch and just sit. Maybe you have a few spots that feel tight, so you could relax, rotate to one side, rotate to the other. But from here, you can circle the legs and access every part of that glute. Very nice. And then all we're going to do is just switch to that other side. Nice deep breath in, you guys. Again, if you want to, Number 4 stretch. You can roll front to back. You can circle and access every part of those glutes. If you guys have any specific questions, that kind of thing, feel free to let me know and I can add some of those things to some video content in my YouTube channel. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Wonderful work, you guys. So from here, I'm just going to have a seat on top of that roller, cross here, and take those shoulders and rotate them back. So take a nice deep breath in here and inhale. Spread your wings. Exhale. Take another big breath in. And all I want you to do is add a rotation. So I'm going to go ahead here and take my left hand and rotate. Relax through the shoulders. You can tuck from here and take that left arm behind your back. Let it go. Inhale and exhale. So sometimes just sitting on the roller makes it a little bit easier to sit in that cross-legged stretch. Big breath in. Relax through the shoulders. And then come back to the middle, you guys. And let's think about all the things that we have to be thankful for and draw them all the way up and in right here. And as you exhale, pull them right into that heart center. Give me one more big breath. Inhale, positive. And exhale, let go of anything negative, you guys. It doesn't serve you. Like a hamster on a wheel, those negative thoughts just keep penetrating. Rather let them go. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, draw the chin into the chest. Little space in the back of your neck. Namaste. Have a wonderful day today, you guys. Great job.